Hey guys, good evening everyone. This is my second video for today, and I hope you were able to watch my first video. I talked about some updates around SLP and AXS price at the moment. But for now, I'm going to focus our discussion on the stock market. So if this is the video you like to watch every single day, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. In the meantime, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for those people who watched my previous videos and for those who dropped their comments requesting for their stocks to be reviewed. I am going to prioritize that this evening. Okay, so let us get started. Let's first talk about the index. So we had while we ended red today, we had some nice foreign buying that happened this day's market performance. And what does this imply? Okay, so I'm using a Bollinger Band as my technical indicator, RSI, and of course volume over here. But now what I'm going to do is hide the Bollinger Band for a while, and I've been plotting this uptrend channel in my previous videos, right? So it is still respecting that channel, as you can see there. Okay, so we had a slight overshoot below the MA20 line, but we are still respecting this channel. In fact, I would say that probably the investors knew that we are approaching our support area in the uptrend channel. And so they are starting to invest once again in the Philippine market. So I'd say this is a bullish candlestick, and we have a bounce right at the MA20 level with some nice 320 million on foreign buying. So chances are we could be moving upwards. So even though we had a gap down today, we could be filling that gap really soon, right? So I'm going to show my Bollinger Band. So where is the next resistance I'm looking at right now? So the next resistance is right at this area. I'm thinking in my other videos it's slightly higher or lower, but it's just within that range. Probably I must have plotted some at one point a resistance around this level or this. So fine, but ultimately it's in that area. Okay. At the same time, once it breaks that, we're still not, you know, uh, there is still another possible area where it could be respecting this. As long as it is still respecting this uptrend resistance, it is still within that channel we're closely monitoring. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check out your requested stocks. First is SM. Whoa, a gap down, but you had a nice volume over here in foreign buying. So I am thinking for those people who are closely monitoring this, it actually dropped right at possible support area. Okay, see this? It actually dropped and landed at a possible support. So plus with foreign buying, so I'm thinking right here, this is already a very good discounted level for our long-term investors out there. And chances are, because there is a gap, of course, normally what happens when there is a gap is it fills that gap. So let us say it fills the gap within the next few days, and you enter, for instance, around 857. Let's try to measure that and see what is your potential profit there. So let us say it you want to lock in your gains around the 9 or 10%. Still huge, right? Especially when we're talking about significant volume when you trade. So I'd say, given that this is SM, given that there was a gap down at a very discounted level, I'd say this is a definitely a buy, right? Get in as near as you can to the 846, and in fact, if it's where it is right now, it is still considered a good opportunity. You may consider entering in tranches, right? Don't put everything in one transaction. Probably divide it into three parts. Enter right now. If it drops, considering your intent to buy anyway, then enter at a much cheaper level. But overall, I already see a buy opportunity in this situation. So I forgot the person who requested this, but I know someone requested this in my previous video. I hope you were able to enter at a cheaper level. And if you are worried in the past few months that it's really on a declining trajectory, I'd say we have reached a possible support and we could be bouncing anytime soon. Let's check out SGP. SGP, okay, I have to adjust it because I know this stock had the movements right here. I don't know why it is not giving me that. Okay, let me go to the daily chart or 4-hour chart so we have a clearer picture. Hmm. There. Okay. So I'm now in the 4-hour chart. But of course, you have to remember that if I use a weekly, daily chart, the noise is eliminated and you have a much clearer picture of the overall direction of the stock. But for some reason, I just cannot see it clearly, even if I move right there. Okay, fine. So I have to move it somewhere on the left side. So here we are definitely at the oversold level and looks like we have been sitting right at this level for an extended period of time, the entire from January to this day. But one thing interesting here is that we already did a double bottom right here. When I say double bottom is that a stock price touches the support area, does a bounce, but the bounce is creating a lower high like that. But when it goes back at the same point in the support level, what we have observed in our RSI is a an increasing, okay, moving in an upward direction. So that's already bullish divergence, and I think we've seen that right here for SGP. And you had 4.4 million on foreign buying. So I hope for those people who are considering to enter, this is a much better entry point than the previous days. Okay, so it retested the support area for 5 days now. We had a minimal change in today's market performance, but at least it has already stabilized in this level. So I think this is already a support. Now, your call. You have to, of course, decide and warn yourself that sometimes we already see a bullish divergence, but it could still stay in that level for an extended period of time. What really differentiates or what really triggers the action is volume and trades. So if you only have, even if the stock is so ripe and ready, but if there are no traders in it, there are no trades, I mean, that happen within that day, then chances are it'll take a while for your buy or sell orders to be executed. But 548 in the Philippine market, that's already something on the average volume for trades. Okay, so that's for SGP. Let's check out MEG. MEG on the daily chart is giving us some signs of weakness. Okay. Um, Let me just verify that over here. We are moving. I'll remove this first so I can draw the channel. We are in the short term still respecting this. We are respecting that. That's your uptrend channel. Okay. That's your uptrend channel. This one over here. It's not straight, no? I'll just copy this. That's your channel. Okay. And so far, it is still respecting that. You have touched the support, our psychological support in this channel per se. So the nearer you are in this support level, the better. So I think overall, I would have to say it this one has already started to reverse, right? But we have to be extra careful. Once this breaks this channel that I plotted here, then chances are it could drop some more. So maybe what you can do here is plot key levels. Okay, so a support right at this area could be established. See that, because you had your resistance here, some different for multiple occasions during these days. It touched that area and it bounced. This area over here, it's an area, so it could be slightly higher or lower, but definitely this is your support 3.26. So we don't know if that will be challenged again, but for instance, you want to be a little conservative in placing your order. You place it right here at the 326, and then just ensure you have provisioned cut loss areas. So for example, you're willing to for the stock to drop up to 322 because there's another resistance here, so chances are that area could be um, tested as well. So if that is the support, don't put it at the 322. Put it slightly lower than 3.2. Does that make sense? Because we know that that area is a resistance, and chances are it could also be touched because previous resistance can now become a support. So you wouldn't want that because automatically it'll be kicked out, unless your platform has an automatic trading feature, because in COL we have to execute it manually. So just plot the areas where you would like to tolerate as your cut loss level, or yeah, your uh, risk to reward ratio. That was what I was trying to say. Okay, so that is still my outlook for MEG. Let's take a look at LTG. Let me bring back my Bollinger Band. And I just lost my RSI. There you go. So LTG is still for me on a little bit on the bearish side. Okay, let me just zoom that in a little bit. So this used to be your support, right? That area is your support. For multiple days you were just sitting right there, and then today there was a breakdown in the price. Nice to see this foreign buying though, but I still feel that we can still get this at a much cheaper level. So probably those aggressive investors are already starting to see the potential, and they don't have the time to wait till they see the most bottom. Okay, but what I can see at the moment is still we can haggle for just a few cents. 9 peso level, 901. Because I had your support here. Actually, it's an area, so it could even reach up to 8.88. It's an area. I see it right here. This one too. And this one is starting to trigger your lower band. So chances are it will retest this area. But the fact that I see 12.42 million on foreign buying, I would have to say if this is going to drop, I feel that it is not going to drop significantly anymore because buying sentiment is starting to take place. A REIT, Ayala REIT. Okay, you had a bounce, good volume. I like this. Okay, although for position traders, this is not a level where we want to enter, but for investors and who those who are just taking, waiting for an opportunity to re-enter. Well, 49.24, 49.47. That is your nearest support, and I think for those people who may have seen this already noticed a potential support right there. That's why they already added here. They already added some or re-entered right there. So this is a nice 4% gain, 55 million in foreign buying. Volume, look at that. This is what I like. A green candlestick with nice volume, because chances are a continuation can happen. We're about to break the MA20 line. We're just 50% of the body, but with nice volume, I think there will be continuation. Okay, look at this. This candlestick is so small, really small, but the volume is so huge. That means investors must have already seen the nice potential of the stock, and they have entered in, and look what happened next. Continuation on the upside, but you have to face the fact that it's not a straight line. There will be days that you will have some people taking profit, because there is a mix of investor, position trader, momentum traders in the market, in all the stocks we are engaged in. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest. I can add a few more. Of course, let me check my Dito. Let me add that here. Dito also had a nice solid green today. And what's nice is this huge volume. Huge volume. It's even higher than during these days. So there will be, I'm sure there will be continuation for this one. This is the highest volume in the past what? So this was the last one. This was the last one back in May, last May of 21st, and this one too. So, and then what's nice here is that we have started to cross the the MA20 line, and we're now moving above the MA20 line in my Bollinger Band, and then we're triggering the upper Bollinger Band. So chances are continuation will really happen. So for those people who are still considering to add more, I hope you guys have already added more volume, somewhere in the 5 peso to 6 level, and then right now you're just going to add a few more. So between the two, you should have added a lot more right here. And as you go higher and higher, the volume of your additional trades or buying activity should be reduced. Because of course, as we go higher and higher, it's starting to become more expensive, not the reverse, right? Because some people are too scared of the drop, and then if they buy at the lowest point, they're too scared that hey, this might drop some more, so I'm gonna buy just less, and then only to discover that eventually you're buying more volume as the price goes higher and higher. So that's still FOMO. Even if you bought some shares down below here, you're still got caught up in the FOMO level. Okay, based on my experience. I'm not spared, guys. I was also a victim of that. I used to have really good average here, but on my way up over here, I already took some profit only to re-enter at a much higher level. Sayang. Right? I was able to take profit, I think, around the 14 peso level. And then when it reached the 16, I added a few more. Yun, from a 4 or 5 peso average, it went to 8 peso something. Sige lang. We're on our way there anyway. I've been mentioning this. I'm a long-term investor here. And we're very near the 8 peso level. So in my timeline, this is very near. Okay. And just waiting for that. So this is the time when they had no, they became operational for this period. Around this period, it's 2021. It's the first year, so it's still very early in their operation. So a lot of potential right there. Let us check RHR. I hold on. It's RCR. Sorry. So what did I say the last time? I mentioned something about this stock really approaching a possible reversal really soon, and look what happened today. It reversed just right at the area where we mentioned to be in terms of support level. So if you entered today, that's a good 4.75%. It even reached the uh, in the short term, your MA20 line is currently being respected as your resistance area, right? So some might even take advantage of that. Um, Now, yeah, they already did take advantage of it and then took profit, and now we're just probably this could again retest this level or posibleng dito na higher na siya. So there could be continuation, may 18 million in foreign buying, but just take advantage of the fluctuation intraday and probably enter right there. 7.74, good level na yan. For as long as there's still good volume, ganda na volume, higher than the average. So um, still for me, it's a buy area. 759 if let's say it retests this area because there's this support and resistance at this level, then probably the next new support would be around 774. Okay, fluctuations, yes, indeed, fluctuations will happen within the day. But overall, in the past few weeks, we are still within the downtrend channel, ha. Ito pa siya. This is still your downtrend channel. But I'm not saying that channel will not be broken. So possibly in the next few days we will move around this level within this range. Pwedeng dito siya mag consolidate 1 to 2 days and probably break out of that soon. That's your breakout channel. I mean breakout of the downtrend channel, right? So that's your RCR. Let's check out ACEN. Oy, no, no. Sige lang, for long-term investors, you guys have a chance still. So you had a nice 2 days of rally right there, but you had a profit taking near the MA20 line. So it will retest. Looking at it, the nearest is it will retest your look their support, and this one is a support too. So 824. The best strategy here is wait for that green candlestick to come out here, and the nearer you are to 824, the better. At the same time, just draw this channel being your resistance in a downward movement. It is actually respecting your MA20 line right now. So chances are we could be moving within this triangle, within that, and we have to wait where the sentiment is in the next few days, see if it will officially break that or may break down. Because when you have a breakdown, the next level would be right at this area, 770 something, 779, 78. Okay, so that is your ASIN. Overall, if you're a long-term investor, the price level right now is insignificant because the price difference is so small, and if you consider the potential return, if your time horizon is longer, then there's a big possibility that you definitely will be having some good gains here, considering that AC Energy is into renewable energy, solar energy, and the direction right now is really into hyping this business model. Okay, so a lot of promising future, or the future is bright for companies like SPNEC, ACEN. So that's for ACEN. Let me, now that I've mentioned SPNEC, let's take a look at that. Oh no, breakdown in the price. 9%. You had a breakdown, guys. And don't play shocked. Don't be surprised. Because it has been, what? Look at this. The climb has been so steep. So the decline will also be very fast. The chances of the decline to be really fast would be high as well. Look at this, it's triggering in the lower band. I'm thinking there will be a continuation. So I don't know if it will follow the movement or the potential that our index is giving us, but I'm just basing my insights on the technicals I see. the fact that it has triggered the lower Bollinger Band. I don't see a support from here to here. Unless if you feel niya lang yung maliit na gap na yan. There's a gap kasi here eh. So, possible na it will just fill that gap or abutin niya tong previous resistance na to and then create the support there. So I'll just draw a circle right here that there is indeed a gap to be filled over here. So first is that area to monitor. Once it continues to drop, the next area would be 162. But overall, in one statement, my sentiment here is still a few more days of decline can still happen for SPNEC. Nice that you have foreign buying. That could be your balancer. That still a lot of investors believe in SPNEC. I personally believe in SPNEC because the business model is um, similar to ACEN, right? So it's really good. Solar energy, renewable energy. So I think that's really gonna be a big thing in the future. So that's it for SPNEC. Okay, so I'll just add it. So we're able to review ACEN and SPNEC. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Do request so that I can prioritize that in my next video. In the meantime, thank you for watching and bye bye for now.